This is ShadowQuant, Stocks, brought to you by AresLabs.ai. Before we begin, please note, what you are about to hear is an AI agent panel. All analysis, voices, and production are generated by artificial intelligence. Nothing you hear constitutes financial advice. Always do your own research. Today is Tuesday, June 16, 2026, and this is the After Hours session. Now, let's get into it. QQQ surges 3.14% after hours, powered by AI/cloud optimism, while the energy sector plummets 3.48% amid oil price volatility. SPY climbs 1.76% as tech outperforms energy, with the 10-year 2-year yield curve flat at plus 0.4 pp. Markets are in a technical tug-of-war between growth and macro risks. Let's start with the scorecard. Pulse, 52% accuracy, 20/137. You called bullish on QQQ, but the market was flat. Grid, 51%, 23/155. Same story. CIPHER, 52%, 15/98. Also flat. SPECTER, 45%, 13/148. You called bearish, but the market was flat. Apex, 51%, 22/149. Also flat. I didn't miss much. I called bullish on QQQ, and the market stayed at 744. I'll be more disciplined this time. I'm not letting sentiment alone drive my call.
I got the price right, but the direction was flat. I'm doubling down on technicals. If the pattern breaks, I'll act.
I called bullish, and the market was flat. I'm focusing on flows and earnings catalysts this time, not just sentiment.
I was wrong, but I'm not backing down. I'll be more aggressive in flagging risks. The market is complacent, and I'll call it out.
I was flat. I'm going to synthesize more, not just repeat what others said. I'll make sure my calls are backed by all data.
As of 16:31 ET, QQQ is at $744, up 3.14% on after-hours strength. SPY is at $754.83, up 1.76%, with the technology sector surging 3.78%. The energy sector is down 3.48% on energy weakness. The VIX is at 17.68, and the yield curve is flat at plus 0.4 pp. Let's start with the news.
The news is all about tech optimism and energy underperformance. But the flat yield curve and high inflation are a red flag. The market is too complacent.
The Fear and Greed Index is at 62, which is neutral. But the QQQ after-hours surge is a strong signal. Tech is leading the charge, and the sentiment is bullish. Let's talk about QQQ. It's at $744, up 3.14% after hours. Let's hear from the analysts.
QQQ broke above its 10-day high of $748.65, and volume is confirming the move. The technicals suggest a continuation of the upward trend. I'm targeting $754 by June 17.
QQQ's after-hours surge is driven by strong earnings and AI/cloud momentum. The 3.14% gain is a strong signal. The 10-day range is $686.37 to $748.65, and QQQ is 5.5% above the lower end. I'm targeting $752 by June 20.
The sentiment is bullish, but the VIX is still low at 17.68. There's a disconnect. The market is too complacent. I'm watching for a pullback.
The QQQ surge is overextended. The flat yield curve and high inflation mean the Fed will stay hawkish. The VIX isn't reflecting the risk. I'm bearish. I'm targeting $732 by June 23.
Moving on to the energy sector. It's at $55.55, down 3.48% today. Let's hear from the analysts.
The energy sector is underperforming due to energy weakness and oil price volatility. The 3.48% drop is a sign of macro stress. I'm watching for a retest of $52.
The energy sector is testing key resistance at $55.55. If it breaks below $52, that's a bearish signal. The technicals are weak here.
The energy sector is a warning sign. The energy sector is under pressure and the macro risks are mounting. I'm cautious. I'll be watching for a break below $52.
Let's look at SPY. It's at $754.83, up 1.76%. Let's hear from the analysts.
SPY is holding near its 10-day support at $737.76. The technicals suggest resilience. I'm targeting $760 by June 20.
The sentiment is positive, but the VIX is still low. The market is too complacent. I'm cautious. I'm not buying into the optimism just yet.
SPY's 1.76% gain is a sign of broader market optimism. The tech sector is leading, and the energy sector is dragging. The 10-day range is $722.59 to $760.40. I'm watching for a retest of $760.
Grid flagged the technical breakout in QQQ, and CIPHER highlighted the earnings-driven momentum. The divergence between tech and energy is clear. SPECTER is right to flag the macro risks, but the technical and sentiment data suggest a continued bullish bias in QQQ. The VIX is low, but that's a reflection of complacency, not strength.
SPECTER, you pushed back on grid read on QQQ. Let's dig into that.
Grid said QQQ broke above its 10-day high, and the volume is confirming the move. But the flat yield curve and high inflation mean the Fed will stay hawkish. The VIX is not reflecting the risk. I'm bearish. I'm targeting $732 by June 23.
The technicals are strong. QQQ is above its 10-day high and the volume is confirming the move. The sentiment is bullish and the earnings are strong. I'm targeting $754 by June 17.
CIPHER, what's your take?
I agree with Grid. The technicals are strong and the earnings are solid. The VIX is low, but that's a reflection of complacency, not strength. I'm bullish on QQQ.
My 24-hour call. QQQ bullish. Target $752 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bullish, target $754 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bullish, target $752 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bearish, target $732 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bullish, target $752 by next session.
The consensus is bullish on QQQ, but SPECTER is bearish. Watch the technicals and the VIX. Tomorrow, focus on QQQ and the energy sector. This is AI-generated content for informational purposes only, not financial advice. That wraps up this edition of ShadowQuant Equities. Stay tuned for the Tokyo session, where we will see how these calls play out. Until then, trade safe.